welcome to today's video. I'm so excited that you stopped by. Thank you. It is my second time doing a makeup look on my channel. I actually really love makeup, but I haven't really had the chance to sit down and film a makeup look. I am going to a wedding tonight. I'm wearing this really beautiful lace dark blue dress and it's just really gorgeous. It's like mermaid style and really pretty, and so I thought that I would do a really nice smoky eye. If you're someone who's scared of smoky eye or don't really know how to do it, I promise you this tutorial is super easy. You can totally create this by yourself, and I hope you give it a try. I hope you love it. I did do full coverage for my face, so if you want to see how I achieved that look as well, then just keep on watching. Thank you so much, and let's get to it. So first things first, I am going to start the look by putting on foundation. I'm going to be combining two foundations. The first one is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation, and I'm actually going to list all the products down below just to make things a little bit easier because I do not have a lot of time, classic me getting ready in a rush. But the reason I love this foundation so much, I'm just going to pump some on my brush and start buffing it in, is because it's very light and it just blends really nicely on the skin. And it kind of is just very nice to use as a base foundation. If you are going for full coverage, then I recommend combining two of your favorite foundations just to kind of give yourself that extra coverage effect and that like really nice color that you get from combining two. But at the same time, if there's one foundation that you absolutely love, you can also use one foundation. I just like to use two when I am doing full coverage. And this particular color is a little bit, it's not light for me, like maybe it's a tad light, but it does have a little bit more of a pinkish undertone. And then the foundation that I'm going to use on top is a little bit more dark, and I'm someone who does like to use a dark foundation. I'm just looking at my mirror over here doing my makeup, so I apologize for that, but I'm someone who loves to look very dark and tanned. And so at the same time, I do live in Toronto. It's pretty cold here during the year, and then even though it's summer now, I literally have had no time to tan, so I kind of fake it till I make it. Oh my god, I like have little breakouts here that are bothering me. I kind of fake it until I make it. So really what that means is I just put on darker foundation, blend it in really well with into my neck, I mean. Oh gosh, the trees in front of me are like creating half a shadow, half a light. I'm so sorry for that. What I like to do, just a few little tips, is always bring it up to your hairline because you know, you don't want it to like not match. Near your ears, you want to bring it all the way back to your ears, the foundation, and then all the way to your neck so that it blends, even your chest and a little bit of your shoulders. My dress comes up to here for the wedding, so I don't have to go all the way down for the blending. Okay, so now that I'm done with the first foundation, I'm gonna go in with my all-time favorite foundation that I talk about all the time, and it is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I am in the shade 220 normally, but if I'm darker, like if I'm more tan, I'll be 330. So I'm just gonna put some on. And the reason, this is the matte one by the way, the reason why I don't use a beauty blender when I want full coverage is just because I find that at the end of the day, a beauty blender is a sponge. And so you are gonna end up, you know, putting most of your product on your sponge as opposed to on your face. And when I want full coverage, I love to just take my time and dab the foundation into my skin, like really stipple it into my skin until it's like nice and dry, quote unquote, until it's nice and blended, just because I find that that's the best way to get coverage. If right now I were to use a beauty blender, at least for my skin type, and just because I do have blemishes and a little bit of acne, then you know it wouldn't give me full coverage. It'll actually, like, the redness will show, if that makes sense. Like the redness of my skin will show just because the beauty blender will kind of be soaking up most of the product. And I find that people that have really clear skin actually look amazing when they blend with a beauty blender, just because they're on, like, what they're working with, the surface of their face, like their skin is already so perfect. So then it blends really nicely. But if you don't have such perfect skin, or if you really want full coverage, I would recommend using one of these foundation brushes. Now at some point, if I have no time to wait for my foundation to sort of dry because it is a little bit wet right now, I will go in with a loose powder. I am using the Marcelle loose powder right now. And I'm gonna go in with one of these big fluffy brushes and just powder my face a little bit. I don't usually set my foundation, but again, if I have no time, it's a really good way to kind of fasten the process. So moving on to eyes, I am doing a dramatic, not dramatic, I guess like a smoky eye. I'm gonna be using this really beautiful charcoaly, sparkly, almost like blue color for the base of my eyeshadow. And this is kind of what I'll be using to create the smoky eye look. Now, I'm no makeup artist, but I do love makeup and I do love to experiment with it. So what I will say is you don't have to be an expert to do a good smoky eye. You just have to keep it simple, and hopefully in this tutorial, I'll be showing you how I keep it simple. The reason why I prime my eyes is because my eyelids are naturally very dark in the sense that they have a very like brownish color to them. And like it already looks like I'm wearing eyeshadow when I don't. And so when I'm doing a smoky eye or when I'm doing, you know, not like a bronzy shadow, then I need to start with like a clear white surface. I'm gonna be using just a flat brush like this for the base of my eyeshadow, and you should actually wet. So if you're using like sparkly eyeshadow, you should try wetting the brush a little bit, just because that's how the sparkles come on really nicely, or use your fingers. I usually would use my fingers, but I have really long nails right now, so the effect would not be so good. So just wet the brush a little bit, make it a little bit damp, and that's gonna really pick up on the sparkles. So just run the shadow onto your brush and then start putting it all over your lid. You can just dab it or spread it a little bit, and it's gonna take some time to build up. So don't worry, but you're just gonna go in and put it all over the lid. Now, it's kind of scary working with darker colors, I guess, but don't worry, because if any of it gets on your nose or on your cheeks or wherever, you can always clean it up afterwards. So yeah, just put it on your eyelids like that. This is such a gorgeous color. I love it. So I kind of stretched it out a little bit. I'm stretching my skin, and then I'm going from the outer corner into my eyelid, just to create that sort of like cat eye effect for the shadow. That's half the work, right? Like when you have a nice color for the lid, okay, I'm gonna clean this up later, then again, it's half the work. Okay, so once we did that, I like to go in a little bit more, like just really make sure that you're getting all the color on there. Okay, so it's not perfect at all. We just started. Oh, I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This is a highlighting kit, but I like to use it as an eyeshadow as well, and I will do a full face look using this palette. But right now I'm just gonna go in probably with the summer color, and this is my blending brush. I took a different brush right now. I'm just gonna go in and do the crease. So you're gonna just look straight ahead. You're not gonna look down, you're not gonna look up. You're gonna look straight ahead and just go in your outer corners of the crease. The crease is kind of like that fold that you have. Just gonna blend it in a little bit. I like to use this color to blend. I think it's like really pretty and like shimmery. just work it through your crease. And a smoky eye is really all about the blending. You want it to look really nice and blended. I would say this is a simple smoky eye just because we're not really going in with that many colors. We're gonna keep it pretty simple. One of my favorite eyeshadows by L'Oreal, it's a champagne color. I'm just gonna take a little brush, a little eyeshadow flat brush. And with this champagne color, I'm gonna put it in my inner corner. So just close your eyes, dab. I don't know if you can see the difference, but it just really makes your eye pop, gives it that extra glow. And if you guys are just like new to makeup and you don't have a highlighter, you can always buy an eyeshadow, like this is a champagne eyeshadow, and use it as a highlighter as well. Like you can really use whatever you have and play with it. And then I'm using the same one, the same champagne shadow, and just in the same brush and just going underneath the brow bone. This is a more like sparkly, metallic-y look. If you wanted to use matte colors, it would work just as well. So once I feel like the blending is pretty good, I like to go in one more time with the original shadow and just pat it onto my eyelids again. Just to bring back the color. It's funny, I got like makeup on my eyebrows, so they look so white. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I really think that if it looks good, it looks good. You don't have to be too hard on yourself, especially if it's something that you're just starting out with. Like if it's your first, second, third time doing a look like this. And once we put on the falsies, it's gonna look good. I'm gonna put on a liquid liner. This one is by Revlon because it's really the only one I can put on without messing it up. Honestly, just wish me luck because every time I do this, I like hold my breath because I just, like I love the way liner looks. I just don't like putting it on. It takes me forever and it freaks me out. So if that's how you feel too, I'm with you. I'm just gonna pull on my eye and put on the liquid liner. I'm not gonna be talking while I do this because I have to really concentrate. Here we go. Now I know we're putting on falsies and you may be thinking, well, what's the point of doing your liner now? One of my really good friends is a makeup artist and she told me that it's good to do it both before and after. So I'm just listening to the experts. But yeah, we're just gonna put on our falsies now. Our Dells are really, really good too. And honestly, like I used to get really scared to put on falsies. I still kind of do a little bit, but you just have to be really patient and just do it slowly and work your way through it carefully. So the longer lashes, like you'll be looking at your falsies, the longer ones are gonna, like the longer in length, they're gonna go on this end, like on your outer corner. So for example, this one, because it's longer like here, I know that it's gonna go on my right eye. I'm just gonna measure it. Whew, let's do this. When I first bought my false lashes, I didn't realize that they don't come with a glue. So just letting you guys know, it doesn't come with glue. Make sure you purchase one. This one is also by Ardell. It's called Lash Grip Eyelash Adhesive. And the way that you do it is you just put a little bit on your applicator tip. Although actually you can also do it directly. Like it doesn't really matter. You just put a little bit. And then you're gonna apply it onto the lash line of the falsie. You actually have to wait 30 seconds until you put it on your eyelids. I mean, your eyelids, lol, until you put on your lashes. So I literally count 30, ding, 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 ding. Okay, I'm gonna put this on my eyelash right now. Wish me luck. I know you're supposed to do it with tweezers, but that's not my thing. I do have to go over them with a liner. I guess I'll start with the liner for this eye. Okay, the eyes are done. I just have to clean it up. I mean, a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with my champagne color again, put in the inner corners because that kind of got ruined. And then I'm gonna go in here a little bit and fix it. Now, I usually don't put on mascara, but like when I have falsies, but maybe I will just a little bit. Just blending it one more time. I'm really just going over everything. Okay, so I think I'll put on mascara just in case. So I'm gonna put on the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara just to kind of connect my natural lashes with the falsies. Okay, so the eyes are done, the smoky eye is done. I'm gonna go in with my concealer and start concealing. Now, I'm not doing contour today just because it takes a lot of time and the eyes are already really dramatic, so I don't want like that dramatic sculpted look. I just want sort of full coverage. So that is what I'm gonna do. I like to first start with my brush, look up so the lashes don't get in the way. And then I go in with a little sponge and I just really blend it. Now I'm going to start bronzing. This is my favorite thing to do. So I'm just gonna start bronzing. I like to bronze my whole face, my neck, my chest a little bit, my arms as well, but I'm gonna do that with the MAC one, not this bronzer. So this is kind of like my base bronzer. Just gonna bronze it up. I just think everyone looks so much better when they're dark. Bring it down to the shoulders. Now I'm gonna go in with some blush. You can use any favorite blush of yours. The products that I'm using will be listed down below, so don't worry. And it may look intense right now, but because I'm going to a wedding and because it's almost 6 o'clock right now, and I'm gonna be coming back home probably 2 to 3 a.m. I want the makeup to last, so don't worry if it looks a little bit too intense in the beginning, because I promise you throughout the night it'll get more settled down. So that's that. I finished my blush, and then I like to go in with my MAC bronzer. This one is in shade Darker, Mineralize Skin Finish Bronzer. I could not recommend this enough. Like, it's such a good product. It'll last you forever, and it's just beautiful. It gives you this like Dominican tanned look. I think I'm pretty much done with the bronzer. Like, I did maybe too much bronzing, but I'm gonna be wearing a dress, so it won't look like dark and then white, so don't worry about that. And then, I don't know, I need to like sort of think I'm gonna set my eyes with some loose powder. Just so that I don't get those like creases. Then again, I really feel like I need to perfect the inner corner. I'm gonna go over the blush because that's what I like to do after I put on my bronzer. It's all about the blending. And then now, before I do my eyebrows, I don't fill them in, but I do something to them, which you'll see. I'm just gonna go in and highlight. Again, using my Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting kit. I wanna go in probably with Moonstone and Summer. I'm just using a fan brush. I'm gonna highlight and then just with Summer. And I like to put a little bit on my forehead and then down here. I think I'm good with the highlighting. I think I did enough. Can you see that highlight? Just before I put on my lips, I like to, like, my eyebrow routine is very different. Thank God I have really thick eyebrows and I don't really feel the need to fill them in. My only issue is because I put on foundation and I got some foundation on them, they kind of have like these makeup streaks on them that look like, that make it look like I have white hairs or something on my eyebrows. So one of my tricks is to go over my eyebrows with some mascara. Literally use any mascara and just go over it. And then it just gives it a little bit of a darker color. And also brushes it. And then once that's done, I use a clear gel for like a clear mascara. It's called the Great Lash by Maybelline, and I just go over my eyebrows, and this really gels your eyebrows in place. Not everyone needs this, but because of I guess you could say bushy eyebrows, not really bushy, but I have a lot of hair on my eyebrows. I don't want one like sticking up or sticking down while I'm dancing or whatever, so I always set them in place with this gel, and then that really makes sure that they stick together and stay in their place. I have a lot of lip colors, but I am gonna use this one. It's my favorite color, it's my go-to, and because the eyes are so dramatic, I want to keep the lips pretty neutral. So I am using the NYX color in shade 04. It's a liquid lipstick. And this will last on your lips forever. Like, you can eat with this. It dries matte. It's really gorgeous. I guess I could do like a clear gloss, but look at this color. It's just so gorgeous. I love it. It's like subtle too. It's not like too much. It's really easy to apply. It's very creamy, like, oh, I just love it. Okay, so I think the look is totally finished. This is what it looks like. I got my smoky eye, my falsies, and full face coverage. It's a really gorgeous, beautiful look that anyone can pull off. If you're someone who doesn't wear a lot of makeup, that's totally fine. I don't think this is too much. I think this is like the perfect amount for like a wedding. I'm just gonna go over my hair now. I have to just like curl some pieces that didn't curl, so don't mind my hair, but just look at the makeup. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I was so excited to film this because I love makeup and I want to start incorporating more makeup videos into my channel. So if you would like to see more makeup videos, make sure to give this video a thumbs up or leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. I will see you in my next video. Until then, don't forget to spread your love and spread your light. Bye!